Up next, a ladies tag of some interest as Trish Stratus and the Queen of Extreme Lita join forces against Jet Williams and Mimi Emerson.
As I understand it, Tex, Jet and Mimi will be defending the Rage Women's Tag titles in the very near future, but tonight, it's a goodwill exhibition match with Trish and Lita.
Begging y'all's pawed on, gentlemen. But is this a private party? Or can anyone participate, good sirs?
Of course not a private party. Christy Ogilvy, come on in and sit down.
The following tag team match is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Trish Stratus, and from Cameron, North Carolina, Lita.
Alright, let's talk about Trish and Lita. This pairing goes into this match with a home field advantage for Trish Stratus, to say nothing of the years of experience her and Lita have combined. Jet and Mimi are good, but nowhere near as experienced as Trish and Lita. That's not to say Les Femmes have no chance at all, but I am saying, if they can pull it off, it's not going to be easy. I got nothing but love for Genie Dynamite and Les Femmes, but they're a bit overmatched against two pioneering divas like Trish Stratus and Lita.
Well, it's true, Christy, but what Jet and Mimi lack in experience, they make up for in youthful exuberance.
That's true, Don. Jet, Mimi, and Taylor Holly Combs, they're always chomping at the bit and ready to go.
The sexy soul sister of the Squared Circle Dynamite, Genie Parker, the women's world champ. Accompanying Jet and Mimi, the Rage Women's Tag Team Champions, to the ring for this matchup with Trish Stratus and Lita.
Their opponents accompanied by Women's World Champion Dynamite Genie Parker. From Washington, D.C., Jet Williams, and from Raleigh, North Carolina, Goddess Mimi Emerson. The Rage Women's Tag Team Champions, Les Femmes Fatale.
Old Jet and Mimi won the Rage Women's Tag Team Championships via the way of a tournament, and ever since then, they have held on to those titles with all 10 fingers and all 10 toes, and seems like no one has been able to get them away from Jet Williams and Goddess Mimi Emerson.
You know, they're great in the ring for sure, but I got a chance to join a small press junket Les Femmes were running, just broadcast and media types, and watching them girls train with Genie D was amazing. They do it with this certain passion, working on both their wrestling and their showmanship, with a lot of attention paid to tag team coordination. You can see it in their double team moves. Jet and Mimi have stayed on top because they work crazy hard. Trish and Lita won't be breezing through this one.
True, Christy, for all their experience and all their success, Trish Stratus and Lita might find that Jet and Mimi Emerson aren't easy marks.
I'll tell you what, though, Dandy Don, the fans sure as hell seem to love the hell out of Genie Parker, Mimi Emerson, and Jet Williams, Les Femmes Fatale, the Rage Women's Tag Team Champions, along with the Women's World Champion, Genie Dynamite. Well, now, it has already been a pretty wild night on Ladies' Night. It just seems to keep getting better.
It's like I said, I'd love nothing more than for Jet and Mimi to pull out the win here. But Trish and Lita, that's a mighty tall order, guys.
Well, Christy, it seems like Miss Parker and her group specialize in tall orders. Let's see how they fare tonight against those two legendary divas you talked about. All right, it's going to be Trish Stratus and Jet Williams starting this one off. Referee rings the bell. Chop, a kick. Jet Williams winds up the arm, Russian leg sweep on Trish Stratus. Follows up with a stomp. Jet Williams with an elbow to the top of the skull of Trish. Jet rounds Trish up. Whips her to her team's corner. Here she comes. Oh, hard right hand. Gets a hold of Trish Stratus. Drapes the leg over the middle rope. Kick to the leg of Trish. Jet locks her up again. Oh, knee right to the skull. Jet Williams with a kick to the leg on Trish. Trish rounded up. Jet works her back into the corner. Draws a knee into the head. Tags Trish with a right. Gets a hold of her up into the octopus stretch. Already a submission. It's certainly on, man. Wow. Trish Stratus turns it into a drop toe hold. Gets herself free of the hold. Trish misses with the chop. Jet goes right back into the octopus hold again. You're kidding, man. Wow. Okay. Another drop toe hold from Trish Stratus. Trish gets locked up by Jet Williams, whipped over the top rope out onto the floor. Excuse me. Jet Williams rounds up Trish Stratus. Takes her towards the apron. Oh, smashes her head right into the apron. Trish Stratus certainly feeling that shot. Head must be ringing like Santa Maria's bell. Oh, Jet Williams with a shoulder into the midsection of Lita. Trish and Lita not looking too good as Goddess Mimi Emerson is tagged in. Trish makes her way back inside. Charges Mimi. Whoa! Took her down hard. Trish Stratus rounds up Mimi, looks to the far corner, there's a clothesline, down goes Mimi Emerson. Mimi rolls out towards Genie Parker. Genie Parker looks like she's getting into it with Trish Stratus. They haven't had any real beef before, but Mimi Emerson. Whoa! A shoulder to Jet Williams, and now she won again. Trish Stratus catches an elbow from Mimi. Here's a cover of a hook of the leg. One. Oh, no, just one. Trish Stratus powering out a little bit too easy. Jet Williams back at her station as Mimi Emerson tries to unscrew the head of Trish Stratus. And open her neck like it was a Pez dispenser. Mimi throws the switch on the arms of Trish Stratus. Trish making it back up to her feet. Mimi whips her to her team's corner. Here comes Jet Williams on the tag. A double team. Here's the stuff you were talking about, Chris. Look at this. Oh, a sliding drop kick and a senton over the top rope. Those tandem moves, definitely. You ain't kidding when they do that stuff. Jet Williams going to work on the legs of Trish Stratus. Trish counters with an enziguri, takes down Jet, follows it up with a stomp to the back, follows it up with a stomp to the midsection, and a kick right to the chest of Jet Williams. Trish Stratus makes her way out, tags in Lita. The Queen of Extreme, here she comes. Both ladies miss with their move. They lock up. A kick to the midsection from Jet on Lita. Lita rounded up. Jet Williams whips her to the Femmes corner. Jet takes a quick run to the top rope and a Hurricane. That was beautiful. Top rope Hurricane Rana. And Jet Williams, and Jet takes herself right up to the top turnbuckle in the far right corner. Lita gets to a standing position. Here we go. Oh, man, beautiful crossbody. And off the, a leg drop off the middle rope. Jet covers. This a one. Wow. Whole lot of effort from Jet Williams, though. Jet gets a hold of Trish Stratus. That ain't gonna be good. Hangs her up off the middle rope, and down goes Trish Stratus to the outside. Jet Williams rounds up Lita. Gets a hold of her. Whips her to the late Femmes corner again. Another quick run off the ropes. Another rebound Hurricane Rana for Lita. Lita rolling the hell on out of time the second time. We've seen both of them laid out. Oh, look at this. Through the middle rope, but not quite there. Jet Williams misses with a high wrister. Lita gets a hold of her. Pitches her towards the barricades. Makes her own way back inside. Trish Stratus gonna pick up the pieces here. For this. Mimi Emerson on the outside. Lita gonna go after her. Nope. Lita making a beeline for Jet Williams. Saves Trish Stratus. Gets a hold of Jet Williams. Has her up. Sidewalks the ring on the outside. The referee counting. Lita rallying the fans here. And some of them do like Trish and Lita. It is what it is. Jet Williams makes her way back inside. A shoulder to Trish. Out she goes. A clothesline from Lita takes Jet Williams down to the canvas. Jet Williams trying to make her way to the corner, but Lita right there to put the prevent to it. Double leg. Oh, well. That hurts. Kick to the leg from Lita. Lita working on the lower extremities of Jet Williams. And man, a headbutt to the lower regions. Not nice at all. Lita has her way up on the top turnbuckle. Jet Williams Gets up to a standing position here. Oh, man, double axe and gets dead right across the back of the head. Jet makes the tag. Here comes Mimi Emerson. Mimi charges. An elbow. Takes Lita down. There's a knee right to the head. And now it's Mimi Emerson. Lita rounded up again. Mimi takes her to the corner. Head first into the turnbuckle. A kick to the leg from Mimi. Jet Williams on the outside. Mimi pitches Lita to the corner. Oh man, he did it too. A running jump off the top rope, then a middle rope leg drop. The cover and the hook of the leg. No. Shoot, you ain't kidding. Place comes Fatale. That is one nasty unit working together. Jet Williams brought in on the tag. Lita tags in Trish Stratus. They lock it up. Jet taken towards the ropes. Trish Stratus countered by Jet Williams. Trish whipped to the opposing team's corner. Oh man, Jet Williams misses with that one. Trish whips her to the ropes. Buster from Trish Stratus with a cover. One. But only just a one. Trish Stratus. And a stomp to the arm on Jet Williams. And here comes Lita again on the tag. Running drop kick. Right to the head of Jet Williams. Lita gets a hold of Jet. Whips her to the ropes. This beautiful tilt-a-whirl slam. Covering the hook of the leg. One. Just the one. Lita is absolutely amazing. Lita turns her attention to Mimi Emerson. Hangs her up off the top rope. Out she goes. Jet Williams. Completely on her own at the moment. Head first into the turnbuckle goes Lita. Jet Williams. Oh man! Spiked her head right into the middle turnbuckle. Lita comes back in, opens up with a series of shots on Jet Williams. As the rope goes a power bomb. And Lita taking herself out of the mix. As Trish Stratus comes in, Jet Williams laid out center ring. Trish rounds her up. Gets a hold of her, gets a hold of the outfit, and oh, look at this. Jet Williams with a chop drop to the back of the knee of Trish Stratus. And then a jumping face buster. A cover and a hook of the leg center ring. Oh. Just one. Trish Stratus. Just hanging on here. Jet Williams. Listen, she may not be hanging on for long. Trish with a club and an overhand right to Jet Williams. Whips her to her team's corner. Trish yanks her out of the corner. Rebounds off the roll. Look at this beautiful roll up. Could have been a pin. Oh, that was beautiful. Trish Stratus with Jet against the ropes clothesline. Out to the floor. Goes Jet Williams. Trish turns her attention to Mimi Emerson. A hard right. A drop kick. Out goes Stratus Mimi. On the other side, Lita gets a hold of Jet Williams. Pulls her back inside the ring. Right into the waiting arms of Trish Stratus. Trish catches some elbows from Jet Williams. And so far, other than some heated words, Genie Parker not getting involved here. Letting the girls handle this one all on their own. Oof. Hard forearm from Jet Williams. Trish Stratus counters, gets out of the corner. Gets a hold of Jet. Whips her to the far left corner. Drives her head into the turnbuckle. Trish Stratus yanks Jet out. Jumps up the middle. Here we go again. Another beautiful roll up the pin this time. One, two, almost a two. Referee says it's a one. Lita comes in on the tag. Lita. Right hand on the head of Jet Williams. Makes her way to the top turnbuckle. Here we go. Leg drop off the top rope. Man. Lita Tags in Trish Stratus. Jet Williams might be done after that leg drop. Trish rounds her up. Kick to the midsection from Jet Williams. And a spinning elbow. Taking Trish Stratus down. Jet slowly making her way to the corner to tag in Mimi Emerson. Trish Stratus up against the ropes. Mimi gets a hold of her. Starts yanking the arm against the top rope. Mimi Emerson runs her up into the octopus stretch again. It might work after all this time. Nope. Trish Stratus again counters into a drop toe hold and escapes the submission. Trish whips Mimi to the ropes, makes the duck under, makes the leapfrog. Here comes Mimi Emerson. Oh, an elbow right to the head from Mimi. Trish, and a series of chops to Mimi Emerson, a kick to the head. Another series of shots. Mimi quickly counters. Trish counters. A spine buster from Mimi Emerson as Trish Stratus steps out. And here comes Lita with less than 3 minutes to go here. Still no sign of a winner. Mimi whips Lita to her team's corner. Again, a beautiful rebound off the ropes and a hurricane over to Lita. Mimi Emerson. Well, she's fired up now. Charges, but misses the move. Lita just a step too fast. A kick. Shot to the midsection. Mimi knocks up the arm on Lita. Got her down on one knee. Lita counters with some hard shots to the midsection. Mimi Emerson whipped to the ropes. Lita ducks under. Whoa! What a flying clothesline. And a drop kick from Lita. Queen of Extreme starting to get a little extreme with Mimi Emerson. Mimi whips her to the ropes. Drop toe hold center ring. And a little shiatsu, a little impromptu take a walk on Lita from Mimi Emerson. There's a facebuster as Mimi steps out, and here comes Jet Williams with less than a minute and a half to go. This looks like this one might be a draw. Kick to the midsection from Jet Williams and a stunner right to the jaw of Lita. Jet Williams stalking Lita, takes her down. Starts winding up the legs. Spins it out, and there's the submission. Lita in trouble. Trish Stratus making the save. Less than a minute to play here. Jet Williams locks up Lita. Whips her to the corner. Lita head first into the turnbuckle, courtesy of Jet Williams. Jet Williams. But Lita counters. Jet Williams gets out of the corner. Drop kick takes Jet down to the canvas. Lita misses with the kick. Trish Stratus hangs Jet off the top rope. And whoop! Man. Nice arm drag from Lita. And a cover. 1, 2. Damn! Still no. Jet Williams refusing to give up here. Lita doing a little bit of showboating. Standing elbow from Jet Williams off the middle rope. There's a leg drop to Lita. Here's a cover and a hook on the leg. 1, 2. Whoa! They did it!
Here's the time, 19 minutes and 59 seconds. And your winners, Les Femmes Fatale.
Les Femmes Fatale bringing in the granddaddy of all buzzer beaters at 14 minutes and 59 seconds with just 1 second to go. Jet and Mimi picking up a pinfall win over Trish Stratus and Lita. I just don't believe it.
Neither can I, y'all. That was not just amazing, and not only does it raise the cool bar for Les Femmes, but Jet and Mimi just saved us all from a time limit draw. And you know how much we hate those around here, am I right?
Absolutely true, Miss Ogilvy. Well, a buzzer beater and a half for Les Femmes Fatale. We'll be back with more Ladies' Night right after the break.